Good morning, grade 5. Welcome back to grade 5 mathematics class. How are you all doing today? Let's learn how we can divide fractions today. So all of you have a look at this question here. Divide 14 by 2 by 7. So we have a whole number divided by a fraction. How do we work this out? So one is a whole number whereas the other one is a fraction. That is, the dividend is a whole number and the divisor is a fraction. So in this case, how we can proceed? First, you have to change this dividend also into the form of a fraction. How can we do that? You have to just give it a denominator 1. So the dividend will be changed to 14 by 1. See, now it is also a fraction. So giving a denominator or having a denominator as 1 will not change its value. So the whole number 14 can be represented as a fraction with denominator 1 as 14 by 1. Now we have two fractions. The divisor 2 by 7. We learned about the multiplicative inverse of a fraction. So what is the multiplicative inverse of a number? So the multiplicative inverse of a number is that number which can be multiplied with the given number to get a product of 1. So how do we find out the multiplicative inverse of a fraction? You just interchange the numerator and the denominator and that will be its multiplicative inverse. So what is the multiplicative inverse of 2 by 7? It will be equal to 7 by 2. Now to proceed this division, what you have to do is that you have to multiply the dividend fraction by the multiplicative inverse of the divisor. That is, first we changed the dividend also into a fraction, then we have to take the multiplicative inverse of the divisor, then multiply the two fractions. So let's see the steps once again. So here the whole number 14 is written as a fraction with denominator 1 and the divisor. Divisor is a fraction, we took its multiplicative inverse which is 7 by 2. Then we are taking the product of the two fractions. For the ease of calculation, you can cancel out the common factors. Here, observe the numerator and the denominator. You can see 2 is a common factor for the numerator 14 and the denominator 2. So let's cancel out using that common factor 2. 14 divided by 2 gives you 7 and 2 divided by 2 gives you 1. So it becomes 7 by 1 into 7 by 1. That is 7 into 7 by 1 into 1. And it gives you the answer 49. So the whole number 14 when divided by the fraction 2 by 7 gives you the answer 49. So now let's see the steps involved in the division process once again. So the first step is to write the whole number as a fraction with denominator 1. Then you have to find the multiplicative inverse of the divisor. Then you have to multiply the dividend by the multiplicative inverse of the divisor. So these are the steps to be followed. So I hope the steps are clear to you. We'll see one more example. Divide 5 by 3 1 by 3. So here a whole number has to be divided by a mixed fraction. So when you have a mixed fraction in the calculation, the first step is to convert the mixed fraction to its corresponding improper fraction. So how we can solve this? See, 5, the whole number has to be written as a fraction with denominator 1 and the mixed fraction 3 1 by 3 is converted to its corresponding improper fraction, that is 10 by 3. How did we get that? 3 into 3 9 plus 1 10. That 10 divided by the same denominator 3. So now the next step is to take the multiplicative inverse of the divisor and then multiply it with the dividend. So that is 5 by 1 into 3 by 10 and that gives you the fraction 3 by 2 as the answer. So children, I hope the concept is clear to you now. Let's see a word problem now. So it says half liter or 1 by 2 liter of milk is to be divided equally among 5 children. How much milk will each child get? So what is mentioned in the question? There is 1 by 2 liter of milk, that is half liter of milk. And there are a total of 5 children we have to divide this half liter milk among 5 children. So let's see how we can do that division. So 1 by 2 or half liter has to be divided by 5. So there we have a fraction which has to be divided by a whole number. So when you have a fraction and a whole number in the division, the first step is to change that whole number into a fractional form. How? By giving it a denominator 1. So this can be written as 1 by 2 divided by 5 by 1. The next step is to take the multiplicative inverse of the divisor. So it is 1 by 2 into 1 by 5. The multiplicative inverse of 5 by 1 equal to 1 by 5. And that gives you the answer 1 by 10. 1 into 1 is 1, 2 into 5 equal to 10. So we were asked to find out the quantity of milk each child will get. So each child will get 1 by 10 liters of milk. So children, I hope the question is clear to you. Children, please go through these topics once again. Now, as a homework, you have to work out questions 1H, 1N and also the question numbers 2 and 3 of exercise 4.6. So once you are done with the answers, we can submit your answers in Microsoft Teams. So that's all for today. We'll meet in the next class. Till then, bye.